Hello. And good time zone. And what is up, gamers? Sorry I'm late, everybody. Oh my god. Ah. What an end of the day to have. What a day indeed. I know it seems like every day that I come on stream is some manner of a day, but I promise you it's been a day. And I'm so happy to be here and painting. I've just got some last minute rearrangements to do. As I noticed there's a number of Warhammer figures and pieces sitting where I would normally put my my beverage. there's just whatever this, it looks like some kind of shield or something, and a couple of little guys just on the coaster. So now I need to find a safe place for them to sit. That will be somewhere where my moderator / spouse will be able to find them later. So I think I'm just gonna put them on top of the Citadel paints over here, which is the brand of paint that the Warhammer people do, so that those will be findable later. But I can put my tea on my coaster and not on my work surface. Okay, that's better. I also, I was walking very slowly back to stream from the kitchen just now because I was trying to carry the mug of tea that you just saw, as well as my cup of paint water, as well as a glass of fizzy Ribena. So that was a lot. Why did I do this, you may well ask? Because I'm bad at planning. Anyways, yeah, that was, okay, I'm fine. I'm very happy now. I've got a few days off, next week. So, I'm feeling positive about that. Yay! And indeed, hell yeah. But, hello. Let me say hello to chat. How's everybody doing? Turn up, hello, thank you for the lurk. I hope you have a lovely lurk. Thank you very much indeed. Hello, Indigo, welcome in, and thank you for the delicious Brussels sprout. Yum, yum, yum. My favorite. For anybody who doesn't know, the Brussels sprout emote comes from our playthroughs of the Ori games, where you get these, like, the little tokens that tell you how much health you have look like little Brussels sprouts to me. So I decided that actually they're Brussels sprouts now, and made an emote accordingly. New emote, who dis? Says Samantha. Excuse me, I've got hiccups. Hell yeah. Also, hi, welcome in. How are you doing? Lovely to see you. Hello, Joe, who says, tea very close to art. Tea is in its regular spot now. It's Scott's breakfast, by the way, for anyone who's curious. It is a very delicious. But how are you doing? It's wonderful to see you. Hello. Samantha says, moderator / Sledge Callier is obviously trying to encourage this to become a miniature painting stream. We've done it before, and there's no reason we couldn't do it again. I have a miniature that has been earmarked. Because it's a goblin riding a doggy. I mean, how cute is that? Obviously, I'm going to want to paint a goblin riding a doggo. Like, that's adorable. So, we will at some point. I do know what we are doing after we finish this. So, Monday's stream, we get to do some weird paint science, and I'm really excited. So excited. Anyways, Fizzy Ribena, how decadent. Okay, here's how decadent it is. It isn't even real Ribena. It is a different brand of blackcurrant squash that I bought because Ribena all has artificial sweetener in it and is nasty now. So I had to buy so I have to buy other brands that are available of blackcurrant squash that do not have artificial sweeteners, and it really disappointing because I used to love Ribena. Like, it's so good, but it's got like sucralose and stuff in it, and if that's your bag, then cool, but I'm really sensitive to the flavor of non-sugar sweeteners, and they just wreck it for me. So I have to be very choosy about my squashes and cordials and all that jazz. There is a brand of cordial that I really like that's imported from Sweden, and it's really expensive. So that's a very special treat. This isn't that. This came from Tesco, but yeah. Anyways. But yeah, Dog Goblin, says Samantha. Hell yeah. Other brands than the other brand are available. It's true, there are other brands that are available. You really, if you're trying to avoid sweeteners, though, it is hard to find other brands that are available in this here country. Anyways, emote reveal time. This will mean nothing to people who are not in chat, I guess, but, I made some fresh emotes, and I hope you like them. They're animated, and I think they're cute. I hope you also think they're cute. There they go. For some reason, on my view, they are weirdly out of sync. They should sync with each other because they're going at the same speed. But oh, who knows? Anyways, but it's the gnome husbands, and they're very happy and they love each other very much. I don't know. I was feeling gnomey, and I want to paint some more gnome husbands soon because they're cute. And I like imagining the adventures that they get to go on. Oh, look at them go. Thank you, Samantha. My moderator / spouse is home. Hell yeah, that was so quick. I'm so happy. Welcome home, darling. I'm going to go say hi to my moderator / spouse. I'll be back in just a second. Oh, also, Joanna, thank you very much for the follow. I didn't see a notification for that, but thank you very much indeed. Are my notifications not working? If that's true, then oh no. But I'll be back in just a second, everybody. One moment. Hello, darling. Welcome home. I miss you. I love you. How are you? You okay? Alright. Okay, well that's available. And there's water in the kettle if you want to drink. I love you bunches.
Love you.
Yay. Samantha says welcome home as well, by the way. He says thank you. Gnome husbands and their 2 pet kiwis bopping along to the beat. Hell yeah, they're having a lovely time, and I love that for them. Anyways. Now I know why I didn't hear the, Joanna, who has followed, I'm so sorry. I didn't see the follower notification. Apparently my sound was turned off, so I just wasn't hearing anything. I've corrected this now. I'm so sorry. Kobe says, I say not welcome home because I'm a little goblin. Okay, so don't acknowledge that because they say they don't say welcome home. He has responded with a gesture I will not repeat on stream. Which I'm sure means he loves you. Anyways, I'm gonna unwrap my paints. I really hope I picked up the right paint box, because I now have 2 identical unmarked cardboard boxes. I should really write what's in them on the top of the box. Because, yeah. But in the meantime... Where are we? Okay. We have our little... I don't have, like, a box to put these in properly, so they just get wrapped up and put inside a little cardboard box. These poor little half pans of watercolor. I need to get just one of those little palettes where you can just pop the little half pans in and out as you please, because that's super convenient. Anyways, once again, desert yellow, tundra orange, galaxy pink. Oh, Kobe says sorry, Sledge. He says he might consider accepting the apology. Thank you very much indeed. Anyways, how's everyone doing? How was your week? Lovely to see y'all. Samantha has popped some more emotes in chat. Says, Kiwi needs to eat a jam donut larger than they are so that they can proceed to lay an egg larger than they are. That is indeed how Kiwi physics work. If anyone missed it, I did do a shop update recently. And I'm trying to be better about telling people about these kinds of things. So there it is, including a print of a painting I did of some kiwi birds and a kiwi egg, which is absolutely massive in proportion to a kiwi bird's body. I don't know how they do it. They must have I have to imagine there's a degree of oof ouch involved. Because even the most robustly flexible of a cloaca, like, to lay an egg that size, when your body is that size, is... I would not want to do it, personally. Anyways. But yeah, this is Baba Yaga's station, as you do. Samantha says, while logic would suggest to your brain that the painting cannot possibly be to correct scale, it is in fact to correct scale. It is! I looked at lots and lots of references to make sure that it was. In fact, let me just plap it right on screen right now, because I did just post it to my Instagram in case anyone's curious as to what the heck I'm talking about. Ta-da! There it is. This is an art print that you can get of some kiwi birds, because you know, I just think they're neat. Because I just think they're neat. Kiwis still think they are as large as an ostrich and lay their eggs accordingly. Maybe they do. Maybe they're just like puppies and they just don't have any sense of like personal scale relative to the world. Like when you get a puppy that's that is quite big, but it still thinks of itself as a small puppy. I used to know someone who had a Great Dane puppy, and case in point, it's like, I can fit into super tiny spaces. I'm just a little puppy. And it's like, no, you can't, buddy. You are massive. But likewise, the kiwi bird bees like, I'm big enough to lay an egg this size for sure. This is just a little egg, and I'm a big guy. And it's, no, you ain't. Yay, that's gonna hurt. Oh. Anyways, Kobe says, oh god, there's an image on Google of a kiwi skeleton with an egg, and seems like a difficult time. I know. They are so brave and so resilient for being able to do that. Samantha says, I have always sat comfortably in your lap. I see no reason why that should have changed, says the Great Dane to itself. Absolutely, 100%. Oh, heavens to Betsy. It's so cute, but also, Alright, I'm gonna open the window. I closed the window earlier. I was doing some non-stream, non-art related work earlier, from the studio, because on the opposite side of the house, some neighbors were doing some landscaping-y stuff using like an electric saw, and it was so loud and so relentless. I was on the opposite side of the house to where this was taking place, like across the courtyard, with my headphones on, with the window shut, and it was still so loud that I could hear it through my headphones, which were playing music, with the window shut. As far as I could get away from this as possible. I ended up hiding under the covers trying not to have a meltdown because it was so loud, but I genuinely thought that I was potentially not going to be able to stream because it was so loud. And if it was still going by the time stream started, I would be trying to talk to y'all and you would just be here like, Nyeer! And I would not have wanted to do that to you because y'all are great. Oh my god, Indigo says, of course you said that right when I was looking at the saw blade print. Oh my god. That's perfect. Anyways, I hope you like it. Now I can hear the White Palace. You know, at least there's pretty music in the White Palace. It's sound design wise, I think it's very well done. I don't think it's pleasant. I think. That's one of the things about, so we're talking about the game Hollow Knight now, because I've done some Hollow Knight art on my in my shop. I've got some limited edition prints available. There's a couple of them left. A couple of them are very close to selling out, which is exciting for me. But there are a few left. But the sound design in that game is really, really, really good. But also, oh god, some of the sound design in that game is like, It's really well done, but there are certain noises, like, especially in the waterways section, I find, there are creatures who just make it's the waterways, so unsurprisingly, they make very damp, very wet sounds, I think is the best way I can describe it, and those sounds are real gross. And then, of course, there's the White Palace, where you have to platform around a whole bunch of spinning saw blades, and unsurprisingly, that's a lot of annoying saw blade sounds. Yay! But, it's very fun. And I do like it. Okay, I need to call up my reference image for this because I need to figure out what I'm doing with the this bit here, which is a little bit more not complicated exactly, but a little annoying, I guess would be the best way to describe it, cuz I don't tend to use like white paints and white um like stuff in my work generally. If there's something that I think needs to be white, I will just uh what was I saying? If something needs to be white, I will just not paint it in, but that's not super doable with this is the building that's based on, by the way. But there's here just above the doorway to the subway station, there's this little sign up here, and there's white text on black, and trying to like block out that bit is just going to be impossible because it's so tiny. So I think I'm just going to have to paint it in dark and then try to use white ink on top of it and hope that it'll work. Samantha says, Sammy, could it be possible that you might be a Hollow Knight fan? I have no idea of whence you speak. There definitely has never been any Hollow Knight gameplay on this channel. There definitely are no Hollow Knight emotes. There's definitely no Hollow Knight stream stickers, and we definitely haven't done an entire month's worth of paintings to do with the game Hollow Knight at all. Absolutely not. Oh, goodness gracious. Samantha says, just think, in 2079, when we finally have Silksong, you'll get to run around going Sha and Adina all day long. I can't wait. I'm so looking forward to it. Lux, hi, welcome in. Hello, hello. It's lovely to see you. Welcome, welcome. Lux says, it's still hilarious. Toronto thought it was important to number and color code the 2 subway lines because up, down, and left, right was too hard. I mean, I appreciate that they're numbered and color-coded, but it is true. If you look at the Toronto subway map versus something like the London Tube map, it is nowhere near as comprehensive of a subway system. It's a fun subway system, and I enjoy it, but there's some very cool stations in Toronto that I'm a big fan of. But it is pretty straightforward as far as lines go. So let me see if I can find, okay, Toronto subway map 2024 looks a little bit like, if the image will open and you can see, there is slightly more nuance to it, but it's basically a dig at how terrible our subway system is, says Lux. It is not the most comprehensive of subways. I mean, at least there's other bits. You've got trams and buses also, but yeah. Okay, so, also a hi. No one rides the Shepherd line, says Lux, and the SRT died. Aw, sad. Toronto went to build some subway and transit, but have ended up -1 subway line since starting the work. I mean, that's impressive. But yeah, actually, let me pull up the London Tube map for you to compare. Obviously, there is a difference in scale, and one is older than the other one by a bit, but nevertheless. Okay, I'm gonna have so many tabs open. So this is and admittedly, this is, you know, I think it's a beautiful map, but it's also pretty complicated in places. But there's the London Tube map that we know and love, which is it's a good one. But there it be, and to compare and contrast, Lux, I'm working on it. Give me a minute. Anyways, I mean, how big can Toronto be, says Samantha? Does it even have more than 2 directions? No, it doesn't. It is slightly more complicated than that. In as much as you can see, line 1 is actually a U shape, which can, I think, be potentially a little confusing for noobs who might think that think that line 1 would be a straight line, and then think that they can get on at Queen's Park going northwards, for instance, and end up at St. Clair, and they end up at St. Clair West instead, which might be a little bit of a challenge for them. I don't know how common that is, and I've definitely never done it myself. So, but there you have it. It does have this little purple extension out to Don Mills, apparently. But I've never been to Don Mills, so I don't actually know what's there. I'm gonna guess probably not. Oh yeah, Lux says that no one rides Purple 4. The Blue Line 3 doesn't exist anymore. Oh geez, it said it was the 2024 map. When did it die? Line 4 is the IKEA line, basically. Oh man, there's an IKEA out there. That being said, there was an IKEA in the center of town. It was across the street from the hotel the last time I was in Toronto, so like whatever. That's when I bought myself a Shork, and I love my little Blo. They are a very sweet friend. They hang out on my bed and are very cute. They've got lovely little teeth, and they're very cuddly. Anyways, one does not simply ride the subway to Don Mills, says Samantha. I can't imagine why anyone would. Anyways, no shade to Don Mills if that's where you're from. Is anyone from Don Mills? I don't know. Anyways, but this is not this is a station of the imagination. This is an imagination station, because most stations aren't a Baba Yaga's house, as far as I know. There might be some out there. I can't fully rule that out, but I can't particularly especially rule it in either, really. Have you at all been following the drama around the Science Center? I saw some things about the Science Center, and then I reminisced super hard about being a kid and visiting the Science Center when I was a weein'. And that's about it. So I don't know fully what's up with the drama, but if anyone doesn't know, the Science Center is exactly what you would expect it would be. It's a place you go to learn about science, and it's fun. There's a lot of stuff that's geared at, sort of like discovery and learning neat things and sort of hands-on interesting ways when you're like a kiddo. It's a good time. Anyways, and a good resource as well. A good place to spend a holiday day. Blow High is the best. Hi, says Samantha. I wholeheartedly agree. I love Blow. They are such an incredibly sweet creature. If you remember the station's legs being a different color, no you don't. Because I definitely didn't change my mind at any point. They definitely didn't used to be a color that isn't the color that they are now. Shh. Shh. Anyways, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Can I make this a little more gray? That would be awesome. Sorry, I'm just in case you're wondering what I'm doing now, I'm mixing some, trying to make a bit of a gray color to kind of make some shadows. Kobe says, how good is it on a scale of Community KFC Simulator to Museum of Science and Industry? Lux says it's okay. It's okay. I remember being a small child and being like, yeah, this is great. Yes, I do remember this, Lux. Thank you. He says an engineering report said some roof panels needed repair. Ford, who's the Premier of Ontario for some reason, thought, hey, instead, let's just close it. And now he's calling the building decrepit, and it's not at all because there's a developer who bought land beside it. Not to get political on stream, but I don't like this man. That's all I have to say on the matter. Chair Bear, hello, welcome in. How are you doing? It's lovely to see you. How's your Thursday? How's your week been? It is wonderful to see you. Welcome in. Samantha says, you're doing witchcraft where you imagine a color and you just put other colors together until you get the color. It is it's my favorite kind of science. It's so fun. Like, I'm just, you know what? What if this leggy casts a little bit of a shadow? Wouldn't that be fun? So that's exactly what I'm putting down. Ta-da! I just think that's neat. He's gutting the LCBO to give money to Galen Weston doesn't need more money. Galen Weston is the guy who owns like a whole bunch of supermarkets. Yeah, I don't like him. But yeah. Anyways. Ontario, what the heck? I'm gonna go out on a limb and guess that most people don't like him. If they do, what, like, y'all. Like, I'd ask why, but I don't want to talk about it. So, I won't. Okay, got a little shadow under that little footsie there, and can I just enhance this shadow a smidge, because it keeps lightening down, and I would rather it didn't do that. Okay, I think that'll do. I think that'll do. This has been Ontario Catch-Up Corner, indeed. I'm gonna take a sip of which beverage should I take a sip of? Pick a number 1 through 3, because I've got 3 beverages today. I'm being full beverage goblin. Can't decide which one I want to sip, because I'm an indecisive little so-and-so. Am I gonna have to run a poll? My husband has said 4, which isn't one that... You'll have to make me another drink if you want me to drink number 4, sweetie. The paint water does not count. Do you think when the chicken station lays an egg, it hatches out a new train for the line? Yes. Yes, it does. Beverage 2.5. Okay, I think that is a semi-simultaneous sip of blackcurrant and mint, which, to be honest, is a good flavor combination, so I'll allow it. Yeah, no, that's actually kind of good. One of my favorite teas for a really long time was called Pangalactic Gargle Blaster. You can probably guess, if you are well-read in the right genres, what it's inspired by. But it was a blackcurrant and mint combo with gold sprinkles. And they have sadly discontinued it because one of the ingredients is not available. And I'm very sad that they didn't just reformulate it, because it's my favorite, but it was a combination of blackcurrant and mint flavors. It is so stinking good. So good. Love it. Anyways. Blimcurrant. Oh my god. Delicious. 42, yes. It tastes like 42. This shadow is still looking really, really weird, but I think I'm just gonna have to go with it. Okay. Next. Yes, if you remember these legs being a different color from last stream, no you don't. That was, that was just a case of I changed my mind, actually. That's what that was. That was just a nice, simple, straightforward case of I changed my mind, so I made them into something different. Does any of this painting make sense? No. And at this point, I kind of just have to own that, so I'm just owning it. I'm also trying to decide if I want to add any additional texture to the house, or if I'm I think I'm happy with, like, the texture of this portion, because the paint has given it a really nice texture in and of itself, so I kind of don't want to mess with that or play with it, really. So I think I'm just gonna leave the textures kind of as they are, and just line weight it now. Because my source subway station does have some interesting sort of textury stuff up here, but I'm kind of scared if I add that in, it's gonna end up looking like, just making it kind of look messy. So I might just not. Did it taste like having your brain smashed out by a lemon wrapped around a large gold brick? Asked Samantha. Yes, it does exactly. It's very delicious. I work for the subway. My job is train station eggshell remain clean up, says Indigo. Oh my god, yes, I love it. Hey, Zilly, welcome on in. How are you doing? It's wonderful to see you. How is your Thursday? Welcome, welcome. Luck says, in better news, I made heckin' progress in Hollow Knight last night. Got the crystal heart and the double jump. Hell yeah! Crystal heart and double jump, my friend. You are on a roll. Congratulations. Hell yes, we love to see it. Ooh, Silly says, I just started a new Tears of the Kingdom playthrough where I will not use weapons above 20-ish damage. Ooh, somebody has given themselves a fun challenge. Sounds like a good time. Hell yeah. I'm gonna take another sip of one of my many beverages. It's gonna be this one this time. Delicious. Yay. Good. Anyways. Lux says I'm at the point where losing hundreds of geo. I don't even care. Fair enough. I wish I could not care about hundreds of geo, but unfortunately I live in a society where money needs to be exchanged for goods and services, and sadly I need goods and services in order to live. To that end, for anyone who missed it on Monday, I never do this, but I set up a goal on stream for my new pencil fund at the urging of certain members of the community because my pencil is distressingly tiny and they want me to get a new one. So there's a new pencil fund. If anyone feels so inclined to contribute, you may do so, but please don't feel any pressure to, because, I don't know, we live in a crap sandwich of a world where the economy stinks and nobody has any money, and, I don't know, I'll be dead soon probably because I can't afford to live. I wish I was hyperbolicking. Anyway. I didn't know you could sell the journals and seals. Oh, Lem wants to buy that stuff. Yes, absolutely. I've given many rancid eggs. Oh, I've got eggs. I've got eggs in the fridge because I'm making okonomiyaki tomorrow and I'm very excited. Unfortunately, okonomiyaki needs 2 eggs and then I'm going to have 4 eggs left over and I'm going to have to figure out what the heck I'm going to do with 4 more eggs. Oh, beans. My moderator / spouse said, what did you say, love? 2 more eggs, why? Omelet. Alright. Okay, apparently 2 more of the eggs have been earmarked. Fine. Ooh, maybe I'll make more bran muffins. I do like bran muffins, and I have still a very large portion of a pound of bran to get through. Very exciting. Anyways, raisin bran muffins, asks Lux. I was thinking blueberry bran, but also, ooh, raisin bran. Hell yes. Hell yes. There are so many bran muffin variations, and they're all good. I love a bran muffin situation. I hadn't had a bran muffin in literal years because they just do not do them in the UK. Like, what is wrong with this country? Bran muffins! It's like the British don't want to poop. I don't get it. Anyways. But maybe that's just me. But I just genuinely think that bran muffins are delicious. I have no filter today. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna stop talking and just paint. This content is supposed to be cozy. Anyways. Can we bake together when I visit next? Oh my goodness, baking party, yes. Have you had a carrot cake muffin with bran, asks Lux. I don't know. I don't really carrot cake because my moderator / spouse doesn't like carrot cake. But I bet it's good. That sounds amazing. Samantha says, I feel like we need a cooking stream where Sammy prepares their emotes and makes a meal out of them. Okay, so we have fight milk, a jam donut that's also an onigiri, strawberries, Brussels sprouts, pretzels, and ship's biscuits. Some of these ingredients are things that I don't feel like should go together. Like, I really don't. I don't know how to feel about all this. Where did I put my paintbrush? There's my paintbrush. Okay. I feel moderately stressed about it if I think really hard. If I add some orange to this violet, can I make it a little bit grayer? That would be super rad. Or maybe a bit of yellow? Trying to remember my color theory. I just needed to be a reasonably nice dark color. Let's try this. Okay, that's pretty light, but I can add more. In fact, I will just glob it on. Sometimes, when you want a nice deep color, you just kind of have to glob. Am I using these paints as intended? Oh, who knows? It'll do. Anyways. Multiple courses, says Samantha. Okay, if it's multiple courses, I'm more on side, because I personally don't think brassican vegetables and strawberries are gonna be good in the same dish. Like, as food pairings go, I can get pretty adventurous, but there are some things where I'm just like, I feel like you're not getting the best out of either of these ingredients trying to pair them together, you know? I mean, that's one of them. Okay. Can I start adding line weight in places, perchance? I'd like to start adding line weight in places, I think. This paint isn't really made for, like, line weight. It's made for the weird color shifts that you get when you do, like, the big wet washes like these, which I think the granulation effect that I got on the sort of main portion of the building itself really made the decision to use these paints feel like the right one. And so to that end, I'm really happy with that. But, yeah. Also, this rooftop looks cool as heck. I hope I don't wreck it with my line weight. Honestly, the line weight is like the scariest part of a painting because it feels like there's the greatest potential to ruin everything. In fact, I have a very tiny brush I've kind of been keeping in reserve for a while to save for when I need the tiniest brush possible. And I think that time might be now, because these little guys are not going to survive line weight that's this thick. Anyways. Brussels sprout onigi donut could maybe work. Interesting. Maybe. Indigo wants to know, is using an eraser on watercolor paper fine? Yeah, for sure. I do my initial sketch in pencil, and I regularly have to erase it out. So yeah, absolutely. Go for it. If you've already painted on it, check with like a swatch of your paint to see whether or not that will affect it, because there's a good chance that it will. And it may produce effects that you're not intending if you're not intending to use it in that way, as it were. I'm going to take a sip of my milk tea, which is here. It's delicious. And then I'm going to disappear for a wee second to grab my new paintbrush, which I hope will give me a really nice, good, fine line for doing the teeny tiny details in this thing. I must go lurky, but heart to you too, Lux. Have a lovely, lovely lurk. I'll be back in a sec. I'm gonna go stream. I love you. Hello again. Sorry. I was checking in with my moderator / Beth on my way back. Ta-da! Is a pen brush. I've never used this one. I bought it from an art supplies shop a few months ago. And I hope it will give me some nice, controlled, fine lineage. It is, so, for reference, my tiny brush, will you focus on this? My tiny brush, okay. My new tiny brush, even smaller. I resisted using tiny brushes for detail for a really, really, really long time because using something like this that has a point to it, which I still will also do to do like line weights and stuff, is nice when you have to do quite a bit of it because it holds so much more paint than this bad boy. The problem is that sometimes it's harder to, if there's a lot of wet paint in it, sometimes it's hard to control for keeping that line as super precise and teensy as you want it to be, and it can go a little bit sort of thick, which we don't want. So this little guy has significantly smaller risk of is there a little bit of floof on the end of this? It's hard to tell. I'm gonna wet it. I'm going to try and get a little bit of paint onto it. And then I'm just going to test it out on the back of this swatch sheet that I made to see. Yeah, that's a nice fine line. How does it compare with my other nice fine line, which is dried out? Heck. Let's try again. Yeah, that's fine. And when I mean that's fine, I mean that's fine. It's a fine line. That's good. That's good. That's really good. Hopefully that'll mean good things for the doing of like this, which I am ever so nervous about. Oh goodness, Silly says I am finally out of the cajillion cutscenes at the beginning of Tears of the Kingdom. Oh my goodness. Well, good job for sticking it out, my friend. I have not played this game or the one that preceded it, so this is all new information to me. But I hope you have a fun time doing it. I'm gonna combine basically a little violet with a little orange to try and make sort of brownish. How's that for brownish? I think that'll do. I'm gonna, oh, this is so tiny. This is so tiny, and this is so much pressure. But we shall persist and do our best. Okay. That line is a little bit subtle. I feel like the color could be darker, because we want it to be visible. We don't want it to stand out too much, but we do want it to be visible. So I've added a little bit more paint, and I'm just going to very, very carefully go over that line again, just to give it a little bit more color. Okay. Yay! Non-skippable cutscenes, by the way, Cecily. Ah, geez, did they not anticipate that people might be playing a game for the second time? Oh no. Especially annoying, I feel like, if, for instance, and this has happened with games for me before, where you get a non-skippable opening cutscene in a game where you are playing it for the first time, but it crashes, and you go back in and you have to sit through the whole, like, non-skippable cutscene again, because, like, the main menu made it crash or something. It's like, no! No, no, no! Why would you do that? That's so mean. Just immense levels of cruelty, it feels like. But here we are. Okay, I've added some pink to this line weight, because this guy has definitely a pinkish undertone. And so I want to reflect that. That's it. All that work for that much. Can you believe, to learn these poor little guys? Oh, geez. Okay, from this color, can I kind of meld it into a bit more of like a shoe brown? And then also I made he's got a little like sort of adventurers jacket waistcoat thing on. So if I can get the right balance of violet and orange together to create some manner of brown. That's a little bit too gray. I think it needs more orange in it to make it be brown. That's better. We are working with such microscopic amounts of paint here. But there we are. Okay, he's got shoes. Hooray! Samantha says non-skippable cutscenes were invented by Hans Langsam, who hated speedrunners. Wow. Wow, Hans, that's just mean and rude. Unbelievable. Genuinely not cool, dude. What the heck? Okay. There we go. What other colors do I need here? I guess sort of a grayish. Gonna need some gray. If I can kind of gray these two out, that would be super cool. Yeah, I'll do. Keeping this brush appropriately but not too wet as well is it's hard work because it's so teensy. So it feels like I'm just constantly having to go back and dip. Which is part of the reason I do prefer a larger brush, but anyways. Hans Longsome, thank you. Thank you for the O there. Anyways. But yeah. What shall I sip? I'm gonna sip my not quite Ribena. Which is delicious. But it's not quite Ribena. Which is good, because I don't like Ribena anymore, because they wrecked it. And okay, got some shoe color here. He's got his teeny tiny little, like, can you even see this? They're so small. But I've done his tiny little trainers. There we go. And I guess this color is sort of hair appropriate. So I will use it for this hair as well. There we go. Oh no, it's cute. Cutscenes that are skipped by the press of any button were invented by someone who thought people with ADHD don't deserve stories, Samantha. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. I will say as someone who does stream games, I do sometimes feel impatient with long cutscenes, but that's mostly because I can't actively do anything when a cutscene is happening on stream. And I don't want to interrupt the people talking in the cutscene, but also I feel like we're just watching a movie together instead of me actually playing a game. And so I start to get like restless, you know. I don't know if that feeling is shared by anybody else. Or if that's just me and my weird hang-ups, I don't know. Coming out to play. Anything's possible. Okay, there's the little straps for his little rucksack. There we go. Oh, what a handsome little rucksack. Yeah, this bit is because it's just so small. I don't even like how seeable is any of this? I don't know. Samantha says Oxter recently, that's Outside Extra, recently released a video of great games to play on stream for that watch a movie with your audience experience. Yes, there was, I can't remember what the longest cutscene, they basically made a video that was of the X number of games with the longest cutscenes in them. And I don't remember what all of them were. There was definitely some Kojima and some Kingdom Hearts. I remember that distinctly. I can't remember what else is on the list, but yeah. I feel like if your cutscene is like 45 minutes long, just I don't know, let the player do something. There were at least 2 from Kojima. Yes, absolutely. I think Death Stranding was one of them, if memory serves, and then another one. Because that guy didn't want to make video games. He wanted to make American action movies. It does kind of give you pause to wonder whether or not that's the case. Just like, this is just filmmaking with extra steps, surely. Metal Gear Solids. It's one of the Metal Gear Solids. Yes. There was... Oh, and that cutscene seemed really... I'm not going to spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen this video. YouTube it if you're interested in this kind of thing. But, there was some real wacky stuff. Oh no, Silly, that's almost worse. Okay, Silly says cutscene is 45 minutes, but there's one quick time event in the middle. Literally, you've left the room to go make yourself a sandwich because this cutscene is just going on and on and on, and you come back and it's waiting for you to press X to do like one thing. Oh man. And then you get just like a 60-minute, you know, a 60-minute multi-layered coda where all of the characters say goodbye to each other. And then the credits. You die if you fail, you have to go back to the start of the cutscene, says Samantha. No! Oh, that's so cruel. That is so cruel. That is an exercise in, like, radical levels of patience that, surprisingly, I would not possess. Oh my god. No, no, no. That is genuinely just mean. Aw, heck. Okay, how am I gonna... Aw, jeez, I gotta make blue. I gotta make blue now. Now, this is one of the weird things about this array of colors that I bought. From Schminke's Super Granulation Paint series, which is super fun and very, very cool. But, they do, the name doesn't always live up to the color. So this Shire Blue, as you can see, is obviously like a teal green. It's the same color as this matte. So I'm calling shenanigans on it. But if I mix the teal with violet, I get blue. So that's fun. And that means that I can draw in this little guy's blue coat. Or attempt to do so, and realize that even dipping this thing directly in the water for a long period doesn't necessarily mean that the brush will get wet. That's the fun of a teeny tiny brush. It holds absolutely nothing. Just bupkis. Like, that's it. I managed to do that many lines, and I have to go back and dip again. The tiny brush is reserved for the tiniest of details, therefore. I'm not going to be using this teeny tiny brush for the whole thing, or, it's just going to take so freaking long. And ain't nobody got the patience for that. No, 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 no. No, no, no. I wouldn't dare do that to y'all. Okay. That is almost a little too green. Can I just pick up a little bit of this residual purple over here? See if that helps. This is just, this can be a slightly less, slightly differentiated blue because, now I'm doing his little jeans. Do I have the space to put in the fact that his jeans are cuffed? Yes. And of course his jeans are cuffed, because this man has ADHD. Anyways. Is that a recognizable thing? I don't know. Anyways. Sammy painting challenge. Paint an entire vista with the tiny brush. Oh my god. Oh. I mean, the temptation is very real, but it takes so long. Anyways. This is why long press is now a thing, says Joe. Yes, please. Samantha says, that just gets the ADHDers from the other side, though. I don't want to skip it. I want to skip now. Indigo says, I would stop playing if a game made me watch a cutscene that was longer than a few minutes. That is very fair. That is very fair. I mean, it's your time, you know? You should be able to allocate it as you see fit. Okay, I need some more of this lovely yellow, so I can make a hopefully lovely green. It's not a lovely green, it's a murky green, but you know what? It's a green that'll do the job. And the job is literally some lines. So that is completely fine. Okay. Also, oh, shoot, I needed some more blue. Damn, okay. This is fine. I can probably actually just use gray for this, because it's just the little sort of light colored shirt sleeves of this little guy. Oh no, there was a little bead of water on the ferrule of this thing. Gotta be careful. I'm trying to think of what's the longest cutscene I've endured in the playing of a game, and I'll be honest, I don't remember. I've definitely had some long cutscenes, especially in like some older games maybe, where it kind of goes on for a while, but I genuinely don't remember what the longest one might have been. Because I don't know, I'm old and I've played a lot of video games. Okay. Just a little definition on that little scarf, and now, oh, I get to do his hair. I get to do his little hair. Oh, so cute. So cute. Can I pick up some of this beautiful... I love this tundra orange is such a pretty color. All of these colors, I think, just in and of themselves are really beautiful. Like, they're just lovely. But this, I put blue in quotations because it's not. Like, no. Go away, it is not blue. Can I just dirty up this orange a little bit? Just a smidge. I don't want to make it, like, mega brown because it is a little bit of a gingery brown. And that's an important detail. Try and get that little drop of water off the end of my brush so it doesn't ruin everything. And now... to try and paint in just a little bit of line weight on this little guy's silly haircut. Yay! It's got does it frame ready for anybody else, or is it just me and my camera here? Hopefully it's okay. Hopefully I hasn't done anything stupid. Shout out to dialogue that happens during gameplay, says Indigo. Yeah! If there's a story can't be told through gameplay, maybe it shouldn't be a game, says Indigo. Well, yeah, exactly. like we were talking about the you really want this to be a movie, don't you? I have played at least 2 videos games, says Samantha. Oh, good job. That's a lot of video games. Well done. I don't know how many videos game I've played. It's definitely been a couple. It's been a few, for sure. But how many? Uncertain, unknown. Genuinely, I could not say. Okay, this is going away for a bit, and we're going to switch back to the slightly larger, but still fairly tittle, little baby teeny tiny brush. Get clean. Get clean. Okay, that's clean. That's cleanish. That's clean enough, probably. Okie dokie. So, Can I kind of just, can I just stir together what's already on the palette into a kind of grayish hue? Because these little sort of remaining pops of color I don't really have a need for. Oh my god, what happened? Oh no, what happened to my... Oh no, my brush has gone bad all of a sudden. It's just the point is totally gone, and it's the bristles are all going in different directions, and it's just very... Is it mad at me because I got a new, even tinier brush? Do you think it's mad at me because I got a new, even tinier brush? I didn't think that was possible. But I'm beginning to question because it's behaving really weirdly all of a sudden. Oh no. Oh, do I need to reassure it that it is very much appreciated and loved? Because I would like to reassure you, my little brushie, that you are very appreciated and loved. Aww. Now I feel a little bit sad and bad about myself for making my brush not feel loved. Brush, why do you even need me anymore? I do need you, Brushy. You are my favorite. And that's not gonna change. You're my special little buddy. Look at the beautiful things this brush can do. Look at it bringing to life these beautiful subway windows and doors. How delightful. It looks so nice. Anyways. Oh, Final Fantasy games. The endurance is real. Honorable mention from somewhere, from software boss cutscene, says Silly. I have yet to play a From Software game. But I have a number of friends who play them on streams, so I have experienced them vicariously through other people's doing of them. And they seem real neat. They do indeed seem real neat. Maybe one day I'll give one a go, for funsies, for giggles. But today is not that day. For we are painting. This is a painting day. Okay. And indeed tomorrow will be a cozy game stream day, but we will be playing some Hollow Knight. I do have thoughts about whether or not there are a couple of other games that I would really like to play. And I don't know if the community would revolt if I played a different game at this point, because it's been a wee while since I did anything other than the Hollow Knight on a Friday stream, I feel like. But I kind of wanna. Okay. I think I want to pick up some yellow and then turn that into brown. Magic. Come on. I think my brush was a little bit too wet there, because there's a very wet amount of yellow paint, but it'll do, I think. Just really want to highlight the overall importance of the yellow line, which you stand behind and mind the gap between the train and the platform. Is this platform a little bit wonky? Yes. Do I mind? I'm trying not to. Anyways, I'm trying to think, is there anything interesting? Oh, so I was sending out some orders from my shop yesterday. And I happened to be in the center of my city, so I went to the city center post office, and oh, Turnip, thank you very much for the lurk. Have a lovely lurk again. Thank you. Oh geez, Turnip says, I love Final Fantasy XIV, but honestly some of the cutscenes length is trying. Oh no. I'm very sorry. Yeah, Samantha says, I've recently been brought into the fold of Final Fantasy XIV, instanced dungeons with long cutscenes was not a thing I was prepared for. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Does somewhat break the flow of dungeon/raid. Oh, no. I'm sorry to hear that. But I hope it's still fun, though. Also, mind the gap between the train and the station. It's about 5 meters. Oh, no. Please don't question the logistics of this. I'm questioning, was this a stupid painting to do? Is this a bad idea? I don't know. I am nonetheless determined to try and have fun doing it, okay? So, tough boots. Wow, that is an ugly color. I'm making a lot of ugly colors right now. But I can claw it back into brown. Again, colors are magic. They really are. You want that warmed up a little bit? Just throw in a little bit of pink. Why not? Just keep messing with it until you get brown. There are so many different pigments in this. Like, hot dang. There are so many different pigments in this. little bit more orange. Is that a little bit too warm? I think so. Maybe just a smidge more yellow. There we go. And do you want to know what this whole exercise? What was this whole exercise for? So I can do this. Literally. Just getting a tiny bit of line weight on the platform was all that work. Can you believe? It's a delightful idea, says Samantha. Aw, thank you. I appreciate you saying so. I really do. Okay, I need to make some leg line color. And I think the way I'm gonna do that is actually just mix a nice potent blend of some nice deep violet, and then I'm gonna add also just a load of pink to it, because that's the colors that I used to make the leg color. So I'm just gonna make a pinkish violet to outline the whole thing, and I think that'll equate nicely. I hope it does anyways. I mean, it might look like absolute butt. I don't know. I love Pikmin, says Indigo. That is great. Were we talking about Pikmins? I don't know, but thank you. Anyways. Hope everyone's been having a good week. I really do. Do these feet make sense? Yes. Because I say they do. Because I can. There we go. Anyways. I thought I heard something about pigments. Says, oh, pigments! Yes, there's a lot of pigments happening in here. For sure, for sure. Speaking of pigments, I am looking forward to, I guess it'll be Monday's stream, doing some, bad paint science, because I will be creating 1 to 2 new harmonized color paint palettes, but trying to be scientific about it. So I'll have my scales out to try and measure things and achieve some manner of consistency across the palette. We'll see how we get on with it. I've got a whole bunch of empty ones of these to mix paints into, so should hopefully be a fun time. Okay, before we finish the top of the house, I'm gonna take a sip of my beverage and I'm gonna do a quick BRB. I'll be back in like a minute. Enjoy the BRB screen in the meantime. And you're all breathtaking. Back in a sec. I'm back. Hello. I am back. Hello. Sorry about the break, but it's good to be back. Hello, hello. Hope you had a nice BRB. If you have not recently had something to drink, maybe consider hydrating yourself. If you have medicine that you're supposed to be taking and you haven't taken it yet today, and you should have taken it by now, go take your medicine also. And if you've been sitting in the same position for a while, this is probably a really opportune moment to do a little stretchy do. I should say all this stuff before I go on BRB, but listen, I'm really tired and not very smart, so deal with it. Anyways, hopefully the frame rate's all right for everybody. I've gotten a few dings for frame rate happening, but it looks like it was a while ago, so hopefully that's resolved itself. In the meantime, let us continue with whatever the heck is going on with this. I think whatever the heck is going on with it is pretty alright, I think, actually. So I've got some little bits that are kind of what I would describe as maybe sort of like a dirty off-white. So I think how I'm gonna do that is take like this yellow and then smudge some purple into it, but maybe not that much. Maybe I need more yellow. I think maybe I need more yellow for that. But it's definitely like a slightly dirty off-white. How do you line weight for dirty off-white? I don't know. You do this. You do whatever this is. Anyways, yeah. How's everybody's week been? What did y'all get up to this week? Did you do anything? I hope you've been able to do something fun for yourself. I hope you've been having some manner of a nice time if you are able. And if you haven't, I hope that you get to before the week is out. Just a nice opportunity to just be kind to yourself, really. Like, for instance, I had some stuff I had to do in the center of town yesterday, including going to the post office to send off some orders, which always feels real good. To which end, a shout out to my shop, which I really should do more often and in more places than I do, but I'm shy and it feels bad to self-promote. But it's also, important, and sometimes people actually do want to know about these things, so I should be telling people. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I was sending off some orders at the post office, and one of the things I liked about the post office in the center of town is that they have self-service postage machines. So you just go, you pop your letters on the scale, you tell them what country you want to mail it to, and it will just give you a set of options, and it'll print off an appropriate stamp. And the self-service machines have apparently just been not working forever, so you have to take a number now, and I'm like, I just want to get stamps. Like, why? How long has it been out of order for? I don't know, but it's just, it's so frustrating because it gums up the queues for the like counter people as well. But yeah. Oh, Samantha says, buy things from Sammy's shop. They make really cool and interesting art things. Thank you, Samantha. That's really kind of you to say. Thank you. I appreciate your sweet, kind words. That's very nice. But yeah, so I had to take a number, which is, not the end of the world, and thankfully the queue wasn't too long, but, I have, like, horror flashbacks of times where, like in the past, most of the people who are taking a number, are either people who just aren't comfortable with self-service machines, which is fine, or people who have more complicated business they have to attend to, and sometimes the more complicated business can take quite a while, and so, like, the queues build up. So if you have people who are just there to buy, like, a single stamp, having to queue after people who have, significantly more complicated stuff that they're trying to do, it just, there's no, like, express checkout for, I just want to buy normal stamps. So, that is actually quite frustrating, and I do find it a little bit stressful, because, like, it's not like when you're it's also like a take a number system, so it's not like you're standing in a queue and it's very obvious when your turn is next. You can't, like, sort of tune out and listen to a podcast or, like, read something while you're queuing, because you have to be continuously looking at the doodah to see if your number comes up, because you don't want to miss your number, because if you miss your number and they move on to another number, you're gonna have to take another number and go to the back of the queue, which is terrible. Anyways, so yeah. It was a bit of a nightmare situation for me, the take a numby situation. I realize these are very first world problems, but here we are. It's just, you know, it's things that I've experienced recently in my life, and I'm sharing. I don't know. Anyways. I would very much also like to hopefully get some more video editing done in the next few days. Things have been moving forward on the next YouTube video a bit more so than they were, which is really good. I'm feeling fairly positive about it. I really hope y'all are going to like it. Do they still sell normal stamps? I thought they were retiring them a few years back, or did I misinterpret that whole thing? They do still sell normal stamps. If you want just like a standard first class stamp, they have like a barcode on them now. So what the deal was a couple years ago was that they were changing to stamps that have barcodes on them. So there's like a little QR code looking thing on the stamp next to the little picture of the monarch's face, and that tells you what denomination of stamp it is. So a couple years ago they were like, okay, you have until this date to use the like older style non-barcoded stamps. And I had bought I had just pre-bought a whole bunch of stamps during the Panini for sending out shop orders and stuff. And I massively overbought the amount of stamps that I needed at the time because I didn't want to run out. So I overcautiously bought an absolute ton of stamps, and then the deadline was coming up for being able to use those stamps. And I was like, gotta use up my stamps. It turns out that certain types of like special stamps that have like cute pictures on them, you can still use if they don't have barcodes. I don't know whether I think that's still the case because I've within the last few months I think used first class stamps that were old stamps with pictures of Star Trek characters on them, and it was fine. So yeah, that was the thing. New type of stamp. Yeah. So now I think if you have one of like the old school style like monarch's face stamps that doesn't have a barcode on it, I don't think you can use those. Because their usefulness passed out of being, as it were. If that makes sense. Yeah, anyways. Alright. I'm gonna pop in a little flagpole there. Very cute. Hopefully that's nice and cute. Can confirm that the Star Trek non-barcode stamps do in fact work, says Samantha. Ah, that's because the last order I sent to you, I specifically found one of the Star Trek stamps. Because I don't have a lot of like the fancy special stamps anymore, so I try and save them for, I know this person will appreciate this specific stamp. So, yeah. So that happened. I hope you enjoyed that. Right. What do I want to do next on here? Can I maybe add a little bit of this to a little bit of that and make it into a slightly new color? That's kind of brownish, but I think it'll do for what I need here. Like so. Oh, cute. Oh, it's cute. Okay, neat. Cool. All right. Is this brown enough to use on this? Yeah, I think so. Because these are actually white. They're just in shadow. So this should be fine. Okay. There we go. Get those funky little outlines in there. Hopefully that's nice and cute. I hope that's cute anyways. And then I think, okay, this is getting so complicated. And it's mostly me trying to use these colors to make various shades of brown and gray at this point, which is really weird because I don't have a brown or a gray, so I'm having to really improvise here. Ah, beans. Okay. for instance, adding some violet to this teal to make blue, and then I'll add a little bit of orange to the blue to make it grayer, and hopefully that will be the color I need. Hold up. Some of you. There it is. Okay, cool. Either that or the postie just couldn't deny Captain Picard. Always Captain Picard, of course, couldn't deny Captain Picard's face and delivered it anyway. Well, that's really lovely of them if that's the case, but no, I think it should have been fine. And to be fair, I can't blame them. It's Captain Picard, not even a trickster god can say no to that face. Indeed, indeed, Samantha. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious, that's hilarious. Anywho. Okay, there's just a little hint of door frame here in this sort of shadowy interior. There we go. I think that'll do. Okay. Oh god, some of these details are so teensy. It is mildly stressful, but that's fine. Okay, I'm going to use a little bit of this sort of more purplish gray that I've got going over here for some of these windowly details. Hope that looks all right. And then I'll probably try and finish up the bits that want to be house brown and that kind of thing. And I think then that's it. Oh, and the rainbow flag. I haven't decided yet how I'll deal with the rainbow flag. We'll figure that out when we get to it, I suppose. Oh, this window is so squished. This window is so squished because the side of the building is real squished because our perspective is squished for that side. Oof. I need another sip of my beverage. Anyways. Delightful. I did treat myself yesterday. I had a bit of an annoying day of hassles to get done, but so I did treat myself. I went to Marks and Spencer's and I got my favorite vegetable curry ready meal for my lunch. It was really good. Delightful. Anyways, I haven't decided yet how I'll deal with the rainbow flag. The U.S. Supreme Court right now probably. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. We'll be here all night, and I will need to drop off at some point to go make fish and chips for my din-dins. But anyways. Okay. How shall I... A little bit of you. Actually, maybe a lot bit of you. A lot bit of you. That's the perp. The purple. And then, a smidgen of this boy. And a little hint of that guy. Get it mixed up, see what happens. Actually, maybe a little bit more yellow. Sorry, this is a lot of just me mixing up tiny amounts of colors and then deciding that actually it doesn't really make that much of a difference because they're teensy. And I do apologize for that, but hopefully it's still semi-compelling. I mean, it is, like, for these teeny tiny window frames, so, you know. And they are genuinely teeny and indeed tiny. There we go. That one that goes there. And this one that goes there. Cool. Okay. These windows are different sizes, and you know what? That's fine. This station, the main ingredient of this station is whimsy, and whimsy it's gonna be. And sometimes that means that windows that should technically be the same size are not. Hey, Sen, welcome on in. I just finished sewing 2 aprons, so Sen, congratulations. Good job. That's super rad. Love that for you. Hope you had fun doing it as well. I am trying to finish this painting. That's what I'm doing today. It's going pretty okay, actually, I think. I do think it's going to be pretty cute. And I'm having a nice time doing it. I hope you had a nice time working on your aprons, and I hope you're having a lovely day. Oh, we love whimsy as an ingredient, says then. Hell yeah. I learned how to sew some neat corners as well. Ooh, nice. Good job. Love that for you. Sounds like a fun time. I've been toying with the idea of whether or not it would be remotely interesting to other people if I did like just a hand sewing stream. I feel like there isn't enough there to hold interest though. I mean, ultimately I think a hand sewing stream might well be, for me anyways, like just chatting with extra steps, you know? But that's also, you know, like just chatting is fun too. So maybe. Anyways. Okay. So I think we are on to the brown stuff. So I'm going to need, I think, a good mix of like Tundra Orange, which is so good. Such a good color. Super pretty. With Galaxy Pink. What is in Galaxy Pink? I'm trying to remember, because all of these colors are basically a blend of 2 or more pigments that come together to create a new color in and of themselves. You get some quite interesting, and at least one of the pigments is a granulating pigment, which is what gives you like the cool texture and stuff with it. Which is very, very fun. Gives you some neat, like, color separating effects and all that jazz. Good times. These, I reckon. But I'm trying to remember what's in Galaxy Pink, and I can't 100% recall. But that's fine. It doesn't really matter. Yeah. Hand sewing seam pro tip, Samantha. The idea is to sew with your hands, not sew your hands together. Good. Yes, absolutely. 100%. Very, very big distinction to be had there, and it's a very important thing to remember for sure. Oh my gosh. Alrighty. Well, I shall try and remember that in future, certainly. I've got a seam that I've been working on for a while, and I've been working on it for a while because it's just sometimes the back stitching, when it's a really long seam, sometimes that meticulous back stitching does get a wee bit tedious after a little while. And I am not immune to feeling that tedium, certainly. So I've got this one seam that has just been taking me absolutely flipping forever, and it's really annoying because I really just want to get this shirt done at this point. It's for an 18th century shirt, which is really cute. The fabric is lovely. I just want it to be done, damn it. And it is taking me some time. Anyways, never mind. But that, you know what, that's partially my fault, because there's nothing in the rule books, because there's no rule book that says that I have to sew everything by hand. I could conceivably get a machine and use a machine. I simply don't want to, so I don't. And yeah, that does tend to mean that things take a wee while to get did. And usually I do find that quite satisfying and fun, but sometimes it's just like, okay, I want to move to, you know, I've got the attention deficit. Sometimes I'm like, I want to move on to a new project, and I'm like, nope, you are not allowed to move on to a new project until you've completed this first project. But then I don't want to work on that project, so I just end up doing nothing, which is kind of counterproductive. Sen says embroidery is very soothing for the mind from time to time, but after a while it gets exhausting. I think smaller embroidery projects are nice for that very reason. Or things you can kind of pick up and put down. There are quite ambitious things I would love to do with embroidery. And I know I'm not there yet in my sort of sewing / needlework journey. But I also know that, like, oh god, embroidering an entire, like, 18th century men's coat will just destroy my will to live. Because there's so much detail, and some of it is very, very small. But never mind. Okay. Yay! I feel like this is actually kind of coming together. It's nice. I'm gonna what beverage do I want? I'm gonna sip my Ribena. I'm really thirsty today for some reason. I think I got a little dehydrated yesterday, so trying to claw that back. Which is good. It's good to claw. It's good to stay hydrated if you can. And sometimes it does feel like a bit of a struggle to do it. Especially when you're like, I find if I'm out and about and traveling and stuff, I find it harder to stay hydrated because I'm having to, like, you know, consider, oh geez, I'm gonna be on a bus for upwards of like an hour. I don't want to drink something just before that and potentially need to, like, use the loo a long time before I know I'm gonna be anywhere where I can do that. You know, I don't want to have to, like, hop off of the bus many stops before my actual stop to just, like, pop into a coffee shop, have to buy something out of guilt just so I can use their toilet. That's stupid. But to that end, when I'm, like, traveling around or I'm out and about all day, you kind of have to time your beverages accordingly, for me anyways. My experience may not be universal, I don't know, but that's me. Silly says I started trying to learn gouache yesterday. Oh, nice. How are you going with it? That's so fun. I love gouache. I don't use it very often, but it is lovely and fun and cool, and you can do some lovely things with it. It's quite versatile, I think. In terms of, like, whether or not what sort of level of opacity you want and what kind of effects you want to get from it. That's really, really cool. Love that for you. Anyways, it's going very well, very fun medium. Nice, glad to hear it, Silly. If ever there's any works that you want to share, I would love to see them. We do have a Discord where people can share their artworks and stuff, among other things. I'll pop a link to it here for anyone who's here and is not in the Discord and wants to join. You can do so right there. And yeah, you can share your artworks with us if you want to. Let us know when you're live if you stream. Find out when I'm live, when I stream. All that jazz. Anyways. It's a fairly quiet place in general, but we do have fun there. And I kinda like that. It's not so overwhelming that I can't keep up with the chatter, which is really good because I like to know what y'all are up to and engage as much as I can. There. Okay. Alright, okay. We're getting there. I feel like we're getting there with this. There's this little section that I forgot to do. So I'll do it now. This is actually going a lot speedier than I thought it might. I thought this was going to take absolutely ages, but I'm kind of just, like, blasting through it. Uh-oh. Anyways, I can share some photos after I make a couple more. Hell yeah, I'd love to see it. Silly says, I used up a whole page for testing how it blends and stuff. Nice. And then I did one mini painting on the next page. Oh, that's awesome. Cool, 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 cool. I have a lot of love for the sort of, like, testing things out stage of an art medium. When you're just trying to see what it can do. I think that's a lot of fun. Okay. Okay, I'm trying to, there are certain areas where I could add, like, some additional detail and texture, and I think I actually am gonna do it. I'm trying to roughly match the widths of these things, so it looks somewhat symmetrical. I don't know if that worked, but there's that nice sort of like brick arch texture, which I think is really, really cute there. And then there's also this here. Sort of similar vein. Very cute. Okay. What else? Is there anything else that I can maybe add a little? Maybe this can have some texture as well. I still don't think I want to add texture to that like rooftopy bit. But what else needs doing? This bit, and then this bit, and then that bit, and then I think that's it. But these are all, some of these are things that are going to take a little bit more attention. So let's see how we can do with them. I'm just gonna make a brown. I'm just gonna see if I can make an appropriate brown here, with a little bit of you and a little bit of this, that, and the other. And just keep kind of stirring it together until it feels like it's the right color. Yeah, that feels like appropriate brown. And now my brush is so dry that it won't hold a nice point. Grand. Fantastic. Love that for me. But I don't want to get it too wet, because it's too wet, then I'm not going to get a nice clean line. Okay. I think that'll do. I'm going to try it. Nope. Gonna have to wet this down a little bit. Hopefully it's still saturated enough that it works. Okay. Let's try this again. Actually, yeah. Yeah, that's really nice. Okay, cool. I really underestimated how much I was gonna have to, like, make brown for this stage of the project. Like, I've got these beautiful saturated colors. What am I doing? Make brown. There we go. Ta-da! It chimney. I think that chimney turned out cute. I hope y'all like it. I have no idea. I'm still on the fence about whether or not to add any texture to this, like, rooftopy, not rooftop, but this sort of, like, top floor area, and I just don't know. Because I'm really scared that adding texture to it will kind of wreck it, but also is it a little bit too plain, or is the like, just paint texture nice? This is the tough question, so I'm going to ignore it and do something completely different instead. Ugh. Okay. Can I just dig out enough gray paint that I can make some nice... Just pole. This is just a little signpost in front of the station that is somehow attached to the station. Shh, it's fine, don't worry about it. Don't you worry about that at all. La-di-da. And now I need to make red, which effectively pink and a little bit of this. That'll do, it's red. Yay. Okay. This is a kind of a riff on the TTC logo. So it's kind of, it's a funky little shape, basically. I don't know how else to describe it. It's just a funky little shape. There we go. Ta-da! Little station sign on the outside. Cute, 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 I hope. And now, I think before I don't know. I don't know what to mess with now. I think I'm gonna, where's my teeny tiny baby brush? Teeny tiny baby brush, and we are going to write the little sign in here with white ink. And hopefully it'll be opaque enough that it'll work. We'll see. We'll find out. Indigo says, I love coming up with something cool that is just incredibly hard to draw from a different angle. My favorite thing. My absolute favorite thing. Ugh. The fun of angles and perspective. No, I hate it. Noise incoming. I'm gonna wiggle this to shake it up, so I apologize for the sounds that are about to happen to your ears. Oh, that feels so weird. It's wiggling my hand. Every time I do that, like, my hand feels all sort of weird and, like, wiggly afterwards. It's like, What the heck did I just do? Okay, how am I gonna outline this? Am I gonna do every color sort of as we go I mean, I could. Or should I just do it in one? I don't know, because all the other line weight is fairly, like, tonal. So I feel like I should do that. And I think I'm going to do that before I do the lettering, because I'm scared about the lettering. So that's the thing. There we go. Okay. Do a little dippity dip. And pick up a little, just the tiniest touch, because literally all I need from the orange is just to do like that. That's all. That's that's it. I'm not going to do lines in between the rainbow colors, I don't think, because they don't have them in real life. So how about I just don't do them? Ta-da! Okay. It's yellow. And to the yellow, I'm going to add a little bit of teal to make green. There we go, there's green. And then again, if I just dab out some teal and add a little bit of violet, that magically turns into blue, which is, I mean, it makes sense, but it does it really nice and cleanly, actually, which is quite cool. I think it's because of the amount of ultramarine blue that makes up parts of this pigment, which is quite neat. Oh no, is the picture choppy for anybody else? Is it being a funky weirdo? Hopefully that'll... Oh, sorry for the shaky cam. Hopefully that'll resolve itself in a moment. Anyways, but yeah. I really do hope y'all have had good weeks. And thank you for hanging out with me for this silly, stupid painting. Okay, so that's blue. So, actually, I'm gonna not just use violet for purple, because it is quite a bluish violet. I will add a little bit of pink to it to make it more of like a purple. And I think that's real pretty anyways. But it just gives it a little bit more kind of vibrance, I guess. There we go. Ta-da! Flag! This is, for anyone who missed it, this is the bay window on the sort of exterior side of this building. I misspoke and called it a gay window, and so I decided to just run with it and make it a gay window. So it's a gay window now. Happy Pride Month +1, everybody. Tee-hee. Tee-hee. 'Tis a gay window, and we love that for it. Okay. So, I'm gonna get as much moisture out of this teeny tiny brush as I can. It shouldn't be too difficult because there's like 4 bristles here. It is so tittle. So that's not... That honestly that was like nothing. And we're gonna have a look at doing the lettering for the station. I'm once again looking at my photo, and it is... Oh, it's so tiny. Oh, it's so tiny. There's some little, like... little symbols and stuff as well, because this station has... This station, is an interchange between lines 1 and 2 of the subway, which are basically the 2 lines of the subway, effectively. As well as there's a little I'm not going to get quite as complicated as that, but certainly I want to get the words in if I can. So let me just decant a little droplet of white ink. And if the white ink really doesn't show up very well, we can always try and do like a second pass of it as well. Because I genuinely don't know how opaque it's going to be. Actually, that's pretty good. Pretty good. Now, am I giving myself enough space to do all these letters? I really hope so. Yeah, just about. Okay. We basically just only have space to put, I think, Baba Yaga. And that's okay. That is the most important bit, is that you know that this is Baba Yaga Station. There. Actually, yeah. Okay, does not want to focus, but there it is. Yay! Oh no, subway lore! Okay. I think that looks really cute! I think that looks really, really cute. I hope that looks cute. It's so silly. This is so very, very silly. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm still really on the fence about texture. Like, I was thinking of adding some, I might add some texture to the rooftop, actually, because I feel like it looks a little bit like it could use something. Just like a tiny bit of something. So I think I am going to add a little bit of texture just to, like, the rooftop. I decanted out way more white ink than I needed. That actually turned out much more opaque than I was afraid it would. So I'm really happy with that, actually. But yeah, I think I want to add a little bit of texture to this, like, rooftop situation here. So let me just add a little more violet to this, and just so it's not overly purple, I'll just add a little bit of teal into that as well. And I think I'm just gonna add some subtle little lines into it here and there. These lines are so tiny. These lines don't need to be this tiny, actually. I don't need to be using this teeny tiny brush for this, but I'd already started using the brush, so I might as well. I don't know if this is going to add anything to it, but Hopefully at the very least it doesn't detract. I don't think it's detracting, at least. Okay, there was a tiny bead of water on the ferrule again, and I kind of actually want that water, so I've just tried to dab it onto the thing. Yeah, I think that's cute, actually. Autocorrect is out. Autocorrect is out to get me today, says Indigo. Oh, jeez. Autocorrect, could you please chill? Please stop microaggressing my friends. Goodness gracious. Okay, anything else I want to wrap up on this piece? I don't really have a backup plan planned for what to do beyond this painting, so if we finish early, we kind of are just done. So I'm trying to find things to kind of mess with here, I guess. Because I don't think it's quite done. I think there's still... I want to just reiterate the definition on this. There's some little details on this window that I actually think I would like to... They kind of disappeared when I painted it in, but I'd like to try and kind of put them back because they were really, really cute. So if I can highlight those, that would be super rad. And so in I go. Anyways. Okay, I think that'll do for that little bit of texture. Just design a whole background and paint it with the tiny brush to vamp for time. Smith. Oh no, this is too much tiny brush. It hurts. No, I do actually have one other thing I can work on, and that's her. It's this lady. Because she needs some work. So I might just finish that painting in that little guy. I am not doing an entire landscape with this tiny brush. That's stressful. It's too much. Goodness gracious, no, absolutely not. I might just add, for the sake of accessibility, which is very important to me, if you're going to invest an absolute butt ton of money into creating something, a new space or what have you, I really think that it's the least you can do to make sure that you actually make it accessible. So to that end, I'm just popping that, like, these are barely even going to be visible, but I will know that they're there, and that's important. Just that little bit of texture that they put on certain surfaces, like at pedestrian crossings and on platforms, to let you know if you are visually impaired that this is a spot where you're going to need to stop and wait for a safe time to cross and or board your train. There, okay. We have some accessibility texture. I love that for us. It's very important. Cool. Okay. What else? Accessibility texture. I think that might be it. I think I can sign this bad boy, which is very exciting. Very exciting indeed. I'm gonna sign it in this purple-y color. Because why not? And inevitably there's going to be some detail that in all of this I somehow forgot. And I'm gonna notice and have to, like, do later after I've posted it onto Instagram and what have you. That happens so often. I'll be like, yay, this painting's finally finished. I look at it so much, and then it's not until, like, I've scanned it in that I realize that I've completely missed off something that I wanted to add to it, like an absolute ding-dong. It is sad how regularly that happens to me. It really is. But never mind. I don't know why. I think sometimes when you look at a thing for so long, you stop noticing certain details about it, or you sort of, your eyes just take things for granted. And so you don't notice that, oh, actually I didn't add line weight to that bit, or, you know, oh, I'd meant to add something else there, or I didn't color that bit in, or whatever it is that you forgot to do. It's so easy to just not notice one thing. Station conductor, Baba Yaga overseeing everything from her flying cauldron. Aww. Oh no, that'd be really cute. But I have no idea where I would add her in. And I'm also folding up my paints. We're not done here yet, because I'm going to finish this little goblin, because we've got a little bit of time. But yeah, that's really cute. Aww. I want a flying cauldron. That would rock. That'd be super rad. Oh well. Maybe someday. Oh, you know how I've said that next art stream is going to be some weird paint science? I should probably plan, like, a painting to do with my, to make with my new paints. Oh, that's the other programming note I wanted to say. So on tomorrow's stream is a normal game stream as per usual. Monday's stream is weird paint science stream. I'm very looking forward to doing it. And then Thursday's stream is not, because I'm going to be out of town for a couple of days. And Friday, I'm not sure if we have plans yet, so may or may not be a stream on Friday. I will let you know next week. At the top of next week, I would say. But yeah, this is Baba Yaga Station. It's real stupid, but I'm really happy with it. Like, look at these little buddies just waiting for their turn. Stupid little legs. The little name is legible, and I don't know. I really like the way the paint worked on this, so I'm actually kind of happy with it. This was one of those pieces where sometimes I'll be working on a piece and I'm like, I have no idea if this is going to look any good. I don't, and that's, sometimes that's just a trust the process thing. Just, if it looks a little bit weird, if it looks jank, like halfway through, just keep doing it until it eventually looks good. And if it never looks good, okay. Have you considered deleting your art and starting over? If something's really, really not working, just delete it. It's fine. Not to worry at all. Okay, I need the lightest wash of this color possible. I have switched to a new paint palette, by the way. Which is, I'm using this color for this little Regency goblin, who I'm quite fond of. I think she's sweet. I want to make myself a variation on this dress, incidentally, which is dates back to the 1790s, which is a fantastic period for dresses and stuff, because they're flattering and comfortable. You're kind of getting into an era where things are a little bit less fitted. There's less of a need for a really rigid understructure under your clothes to maintain the right silhouette. It's a little bit dreamier, a little bit flowier. The waistline is moving upwards to like just under the boobage. So yeah, things get a little bit more comfy, and you know what? I like to be comfy. So this is an era that really speaks to me as a person what likes to wear things. Samantha says in the chat, Monday's stream is fair of face, Tuesday's stream is full of grace, Wednesday's stream is full of tech issues, Thursday's stream has gone far away and won't be happening. Yeah, sorry about that. But yeah. Looking forward to having some time to work on stuff that I rarely have time to work on, which honestly probably means that I'll actually just be resting. And will then feel super guilty about all the stuff that I didn't get done. Yay, that's how it's supposed to work, right? Right? Anyways. Okay, can I water this down a bit, like so I can hopefully do some shading and have it not turn out looking super weird. Oh, is that too light? That's like not visible. Okay, add more paint. Add more paint! Because I want the shading to be fairly light, but I also want the shading to be, existent. If I do a whole bunch of shading and you literally can't see it at all, like, what was the point? I usually like doing a little bit of shading around the nose and under the chin. And then sort of possibly just in the vicinity of, like, the little bits of hair framing the face as well. Just make it feel a little bit less flat. It doesn't need to be perfect. I mean, it's never going to be perfect. It's a painting by me. And I'm a human person. Who largely doesn't know what they're doing and are just making it up as they go along. So, there you are. Samantha says, how to deal with burnout. Take time to yourself. Step away. Disconnect. Constantly fret about the things you aren't getting done. Stress out so much that you are unable to get anything done ever. You're basically describing my lived existence there, Samantha. I don't know if that's your intention, but you are. I am not very good at taking time away and not fretting about things. That's partly because I know with many aspects of my life, if I'm not working on certain things and getting certain things done, they will simply not get done. Which I don't enjoy. I think it might be an ADHD thing, says Savannah, because it is also mine. I think that is very likely also true. There is, I think, an accompanying feeling of always kind of being behind and feeling like you need to be working on stuff. I think that comes with certain flavors of the neurospice, which, you know, not necessarily true. You are also very much allowed to rest. Like, there aren't specific quotas of get stuff done that you have to have achieved in order to have earned rest. Everyone gets to rest, damn it. My room is in chaos and I should tidy, but does it spark joy? Says Sen. No, therefore, whatever. Actually sewing the aprons, I had to hype myself up for a few days. Oh yeah, I feel you on the, like, having to psych myself up to do a thing that I want to do sometimes takes a while. Like, I released, I think it was yesterday. Was it yesterday that I put up a new sketch over on my Patreon? And, that was the work of, like, a number of days of trying to make myself actually work on a thing. Do I want to work on the thing? Yes. I oftentimes refer to sort of my brain as separate to myself. Like, my brain is not cooperating with me. Who am I if not the culmination of my brain's contents? I don't know. But I'll just be like, no, my brain won't let me work on that right now. As if, like, I'm having arguments between me and my brain, which is an entity separate to the self, that will fight me. And be like, you know, I'll be like, hey, you know, so, like, there's that video we need to be editing. No, we don't. It's like, yeah, we do, actually. I don't feel like it. That's so fun. Love that for me. Anyways, I don't know. I don't know if that's, like, a normal way to conceive of oneself, but it sort of lives in my head in that way, and it's very strange. But never mind. Anywho. Oh no, Sen says, there is a mosquito net I could install so I could leave my window cracked open at night. Ooh, nope, not happened yet. Oh no, mosquito net sounds great, though. Because mosquitoes are the pits. Just the worstest. And I hate for you that you have to deal with them. Very much so. But me and my brain being separate entities, yes, so much. Oh my god, right? Joe also says 100%. Oh my god, so it isn't just me that does this? Is this, like, a universal thing? Does everyone do this? Or is this, like, specific flavors of people? I don't know. Samantha says, I think one of the things neurotypicals really fail to grasp about the sort of autism, ADHD gremlins is that it can and often does get in the way of doing even recreational things because of the inability to start an activity. Yes, absolutely. I'm like, I want to play Mario Kart. And you know what I do anyways? You know what I do instead? I sit. Because I am unable to initiate the first task of that series of tasks that it takes to play Mario Kart, which involves move my laptop so I can stand up. You know, that's step one. Step 1 is not play Mario Kart. Step 1 is move my laptop so I can stand up. Step 2 is stand up. Step 3 is walk to the other side of the room where my Switch is. Step 4 is actually gather my Switch from that area without getting distracted. Step 5, return to my seating area. Step 6, don't get distracted by anything else on the Switch. Step 7, open Mario Kart. Step 8, put the Switch down, get distracted by something else. Like, it is a process. It is very much a process. I just dropped something onto the floor, probably never to be seen again, and it is the little... Oh, no, I found it! Oh, sorry. I am disappeared for a moment. It is the little guard that sits on top of my teeny tiniest brand new brush when it's not in use. And I would like this brush to retain its nice, beautiful, fine line point for as long as possible. So I would like to maintain the location of this thing. I don't have anywhere good to put this when it's not in use, which is dangerous. Anyways, but yeah, had the window cracked open tonight, says Sen, and I immediately had one booger come in and buzzing around. Oh no, they're so annoying, I'm sorry. There's an event this weekend I want to go to, says Sen, but my brain is not in the mood to actually buy a ticket and travel to the next city to attend it. Also, it is warm. That's so frustrating when there's just those barriers to doing the things you actually want to, because it just doesn't hit right. I find I also get this not just with events. Like, I get it quite a bit with events where it's like, I would really enjoy going to this. I know I'm going to have a good time doing it, but it involves a whole bunch of extra steps that I don't enjoy. Like, you know, having to take a bus to somewhere, having to get up at a different time of day than I normally do, having to queue for things. So actually getting to the point where I'm like, I am so motivated to want to do this that I actually do it is rare these days. Yeah. What was I saying? Oh no, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, yeah. But I also do this a lot lately with, like, films and TV programs. I'm like, I know I will enjoy this film or TV program. I would like to, or I have a good feeling about this film or TV program. I would like to watch this film or TV program. Do I do it? No. Because it's just it's just not the right, I can't explain why, it's just not the right time to do it. My brain says no. It's not ready to make that level of commitment. Yay! She has eyes. I would attend the event with Yemeth, who is nursing a cold, so we'll probably skip it. Oh my goodness, I hope he feels better soon. Please get better wishes to your person. It's cursed. The stars have to align the right way, otherwise brain says no. Yep. Absolutely. Very, very true. And genuinely, I get this with, like literally films and TV. I'm like, yes, I would love to check out that thing. I'm sure I would love it. But I can't do it. I think with films and TV as well, there's a certain amount of, like, pressure to... If I watch something and I don't enjoy it, I can feel kind of guilty about that. Like, there was, when the sitcom Miranda was a thing, there were a number of people I knew who really liked the sitcom Miranda and were like, you should watch this. It's like, this character is she's so relatable. And I watched like the first 2 seasons of it, and I had zero fun. Like, no offense to anyone who enjoyed that show. I'm really happy for you if you did. It just, I didn't. I just felt, I don't know. I felt uncomfortable watching that show. It didn't feel, I think it's the style of humor felt very vintage to me, even though it wasn't a vintage show, and so it just felt like not in a good way. I don't know how else to explain. It wasn't for me. I shouldn't waffle on about it, especially there might be people here who enjoy it, and you know what, I'm very happy for you if you did. If you enjoy a thing, yay, I'm glad. Even if it's something that I personally didn't find to my taste, I'm happy you like a thing. But I think part of the part of the pressure about like starting to watch a new show is that I felt like once I started it, even though I was like, this isn't for me, I was like, I should stick with it in case it gets better or in case it becomes something that I enjoy. It didn't. I kept not liking it. So eventually, after like series 2, I dipped. It was a tough decision to come to though, because I felt bad about it. Because I was like, no, I want to give it a fair shake, and I just didn't like it at all. So, oh no. Anyways, we've got a terrible drawing time redeem that I love. Okay. Samantha wants to see a baby train emerging from its egg. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. That's so cute. Sen says, I have to tell myself that it's okay to not keep watching series. Yes, exactly. That you don't enjoy, but brain loves to make me feel guilty about it. Yes, absolutely, yes. It really does, doesn't it? It's like, there's absolutely nothing rational about that. Like, it's okay to just abandon a series if it's not for you. One moment, please. But it's hard to. I will say also for some series, it's like, I'm not enjoying this, but there is a part of me that still wants to see where they go with it, even though I don't think it's very good. Right. For anyone who's new here, I've got some explaining to do, and that is terrible drawing time. What's the deal? So for 5,000 channel points, I have 5 minutes or less to draw a character or concept of your choosing. That you right there, from memory or sight unseen on a terrible drawing canvas such as this bad boy. And I need to draw a baby train emerging from the train egg. So this should get interesting. Anyways. Oh wow, Indigo says, for me it's the opposite. If something isn't super engaging, I will just forget about it. That is so powerful, and I wish I could do that better. It took me, like, okay. There was a series on Disney Plus that started out really good, and we really liked the beginning, and then we didn't like it as much as it went on, and it was hard work to concede that I didn't really feel keen on continuing to watch it. When we got to, like, I think I got two episodes into, like, the 3rd season of this show, and I was like, can we stop now? I'm not having fun anymore. Oh yes, this is a drawing of the Pokemon Ampharos, in case anyone's wondering. Because I heard that word and I thought of an amphora. So there it is. Anyways. It also means I won't get to the good part if it only gets good later on. Absolutely. I think that's a struggle to me also sometimes with TV programs, where it's like you kind of you have to get through the 1st season. They're still figuring stuff out. It gets better later on. It's like, can I just skip to the 2nd season then? Which, you know, is not necessarily I can't do, because I need to understand how they got from the 1st season to the 2nd season, because I really care about things like writing and stuff from like a writer's perspective. I'm really interested to know sort of what the thought process was for changing things. Say if a whole bunch of if a lot of things are different between like the pilot and the 2nd episode of something, I want to see how they decided to make these changes. Hello, Sammy Ann. Welcome in. How are you doing? It is wonderful to see you. Welcome. Hello. Stargate. Sen says, my Stargate Atlantis watch along is pausing. 1st season is not as good as the others. Oh no. Did not quite have that problem with the 10 seasons. I don't remember. There's a lot I don't remember about Stargate Atlantis. To my shame. It's a very Canadian show. I remember that much. It's the most important thing. Let me set a timer for this terrible drawing time, which is ever so cute. Okay, it's 5 minutes on the timer, starting now. I need to draw. How am I gonna do this? Okay, So let's start with more or less an egg shape. So an egg kind of goes like that. So if I kind of crack, just a nice solid crack, like so, and then I want the crack to more or less line up, but that's gonna be really hard to do, I feel like. There's like the top bit of the eggshell, and the egg is cracked. No, I'm starting over because this isn't gonna work. How shall I do this? How shall I do it? I think this is just gonna, this is gonna get surreal and weird because it is a baby train hatching out of an egg, which is extremely normal. Definitely got better after Jason Momoa got on board. Oh, his character was fun. I liked him. Sammy Ann says, we are watching less as my hubby and I just don't have the same kind of alone time to watch series or movies together the way we did. Aw, geez. We're just, honestly, my partner and I mostly just watch YouTube videos these days. And we quite enjoy that. But there's a lot of series that we just kind of stopped watching because we were like, just the engagement wasn't there for us. So many DVD boxes still unwatched that I have to start or finish. I think when you start saying things like, I have to start or finish this this series, it's kind of, it's all like, it's already lost you at that point, I feel like. Cause like, okay, I'm gonna do it kind of like this. So here's the other side of the egg. All crackly like. So it kind of goes like this. Like that, I guess. More or less. More or less, the egg is cracked. Is it perfect? No, it's not perfect, but it's good enough. And here comes the little baby choo-choo train emerging from the egg. How am I gonna... Oh my goodness. Okay. Here comes the choo-choo. It's got nice train shape. Train's wheels like that, and then there's the front window, what the driver looks out of. It's got a little light on it, but because it's just a little baby, oh no, it's cute. It's got sort of big sparkly front window. Aw, bless. And it's got a front door, just like that. And then like a window here. This is so stupid. I don't know how else to represent a baby train being born. Maybe if can I stick like a baby bonnet on it, or will that be really stupid? I mean, it is really stupid, but how about I do it anyways? It's got a little baby bonnet on. Aww. Isn't that cute? A little chin strap on that baby bonnet. And you can't see, but obviously the train is wearing a little diaper. Anyways. Let me catch up with chat. Oh my god, this is so dumb. I tried my best. But yeah, I think once you start thinking in terms of, like, I have to finish watching this thing, it becomes more of an obligation than, like, a leisure activity, and that's when it's just not something you should be doing right now. But yeah. Sammy Ann says, I'm glad they let Ronan be his own character rather than the new Teal'c. Yeah, oh, absolutely. I thought Ronan was a really interesting character. It was nice to see Jason Momoa go on and do other stuff as well. Because, I don't know, he seems nice, but, there's always that when a new character comes into an ensemble, sort of later into, like, a piece of media, there's always that question of, like, are they gonna be a suspiciously similar substitute kind of thing, you know what I mean? Hey, Mr. Hangman, how's it going? Welcome on in. Hello, hello. That's terrible drawing time, and witness the birth of a train. Isn't it adorable? This is so cursed. I'm so sorry you had to look at this. That was terrible drawing time. I hope you're happy. I'm so sorry. Anyways. Plap. Right, let me catch up with chat. Since it's Final Fantasy 14 is kind of a story-heavy game, so not much opportunity to watch something alongside it. Oh, yeah, I see. Cutscenes and what have you. We were talking about cutscenes earlier, incidentally. Because someone had started a new playthrough of Tears of the Kingdom and was like, oh good, unskippable opening cutscenes, I've already seen this, move on! Indigo says, I mean, honestly, at this point, some YouTube videos have a more engaging narrative than some TV shows. Genuinely, I wholeheartedly agree. I mean, even if, for me, some of the narratives are like, I'm trying to recreate, a food I enjoyed once. Or, you know, I'm gonna see what this Hollow Knight mod is like, you know? It's I don't know, it's fun. For me, anyways. Sammy answers, I think the first season suffered from trying to capture the same lightning as the original series. Letting it be its own thing helped. This is a Stargate reference. Yeah, I agree. I think I owned Stargate Atlantis on DVD. It lives with my family back in Canada because, what is it? Region coding on DVDs and stuff mean that I don't think we can watch them here, but whatever. Yeah, Samantha says, David Attenborough voice. Oh boy, okay, I'm gonna try, but it's gonna be bad. And here we see the train emerging from its shell. Newly hatched, it must be quick to pick up passengers if it is to survive in the competitive world of transit. How was that? Was that okay? Terrible hatching time, says Indigo. It feels terrible. I'm so sorry. Anyways, what's a suspiciously similar substitute? Asked Mr. Hangman. It's when a new like cast member is introduced to like the ensemble cast of a long running TV show, and they basically have all like enough of the personality traits of the character who just left the show that they're basically filling the same niche as that character while being nominally a different person played by a different actor, like that kind of thing. But yeah. What I missed? Indigo says, I like the implication of it just coming out of the egg like it's a tunnel and you don't know how long it is until it's fully hatched. Oh my god, yes, amazing. Mr. Hangman says, I haven't been able to watch a full episode of anything TV has made in like the last 5 years. Oh man, I do not have that problem, but I'm very selective with the things that I do watch these days. And it's not that many. I rewatch the Pirate Show a lot. I rewatch the Pirate Show a lot. And a couple of other things. Some things that are like sort of peripherally related to the Pirate Show in some way. But yeah. Anyways, where did this sound effect come from, says Samantha? I don't know. Some people on YouTube make like 2-hour-long videos of on things that I just can't stop watching, says Mr. Hangman. Oh yeah, there are video essays I've watched more than once. Because I'm just like, watching this person talk about this TV show I've never seen is more compelling than watching the TV show myself. Like, I'm into that. 10 out of 10 on the Attenborough, says Sammy Anna. Thank you. Samantha says perfect 10 out of 10. No notes. We know who to go to for nature documentaries whenever it retires. I would love doing, like, narration work and stuff. I did consider getting, like, an agent to do voiceover stuff. Believe it or not, based on, like, the beautiful tones of my voice with which I am speaking right now, I did consider getting an agent to do voiceover stuff, and then I was like, to be honest, I don't know how much demand there is in this country for a person with a Canadian accent, and I'm not going to put on one of the many British accents to try and get work, because they've already got real British people here to do that. Like, that niche has been fulfilled. They do not need me. And to that end, that never came to pass. But, yeah, believe it or not, I mean, if you've seen my streams where I'm playing a video game where there's characters where you have to do character voices, I do enjoy doing a character voice. But one of the character voices that I did for years was, thank you for calling. Was it this kind of voice? Which I can't keep up in, I can't keep up with it just full time, which is why most of the time I just sound like an unhinged gremlin at this point, because I can't, I do wonder if my stream would be even better attended if I just talked like this all the time, but, I can't maintain, I can't maintain it if I'm not, like, reading something out. Anyways. I'm so bored of high fantasy or superhero drama stuff, says Mr. Hangman, or sitcoms or one camera shows copying Modern Family. That's fair. There was a period of time where, like, Marvel superhero stuff was everywhere and it was everything, and I did enjoy them for quite a while, but I kind of fell out of love with the genre, because it was oversaturated after a period. And I haven't really gone back to it, just because, Well, no, that's not true. I did watch the Ms. Marvel movie as an in-flight entertainment film on my last long-haul flight a couple months ago, and it was okay. It was fun. But I didn't feel like it was, I don't know, a necessary or important, addition to my life at that point. Sammy Ann's is like watching Sammy explaining tea patents. I've watched that more than a few times. Really? Aw, jeez. There's a YouTube video I've watched more than once, says Sammy Ann, not trying to make it weird. Aw, that's nice. Thank you. Mr. Hangman says, I want classic sci-fi stories or mysteries that aren't just boring cop shows with an angel or whatever, like Lucifer. Same thing that happened to Westerns is happening to superheroes. Westerns were everywhere till everyone got fed up and just dropped them all together. Yeah, it's exactly. It's that studios know that, like, this thing is popular, this thing makes money, we shall increase the output of said thing until said thing becomes so oversaturated that people are sick of it, and then they move on to the next thing to kind of burn through and burn out of. And from a financial standpoint, I understand it. The studios exist not just to produce art, but to make money, unfortunately, which means they're looking at things like what is making money right now. Apparently, at least in the States, it is not the time to try and get, like, a period piece made. A lot of genre stuff is not as popular right now, which I think is a shame, because guess what? I'm writing a period piece that's very genre. That's not gonna get made. But unfortunately, I have to go where the muse demands, and the muse wants me to write a period piece that's very genre. So, good luck to me. I've never been able to tap into what is saleable within the zeitgeist, though. I mean, look at me. I am an unmarketable little goblin. And that's just the way it's gonna stay. And that's okay. Ultimately, if I need to just make the thing myself on my iPhone and I'm playing all of the characters and doing all of the editing and all of the sound and it's really bad because, I don't know, I should not be playing a couple of guys myself, it will be bad, but anyways, yeah, flood the market until it crashes, says Sammy Ann. Yeah, exactly. I just want good animation again, says Mr. Hangman. I love a bit of good animation. I completely agree with you there. I would love to see it. I want to see some animated stuff that I feel like watching would be nice. Yeah. The Marvel films. Samantha says, she really liked the Marvels. Sen says, I still want to see it. 3 female leads, sign me up. Also, Carol Danvers, just love her. She's great. Very here for Brie Larson being a badass, says Samantha. She's delightful. Mr. Hangman says, I'm so tired of 3D animations. While they're well animated and some look amazing, like Encanto, there's something about 2D animation, even if they're done on a computer and just have filters to look like cells, so much more. Yes, 2D animation, I love. Um, I feel like, I don't know, is 3D animation, is it just more popular at the moment? Is it easier to produce in some way? I don't know a lot about animation, so I can't really comment on that. I don't know if it's just that it's more popular because it's more modern, or if it's easier to produce, maybe. I genuinely have no idea. Um, but I love a good bit of 2D animation. Very much I do. Or like, I don't know. I love a bit of stop motion as well. Stop motion's amazing. I'm very, very aware of the amount of um labor that goes into producing a stop motion animation. It is, having made like a 60-second very rudimentary stop motion once, and it took us like several days to create. um I'm very aware that it is quite a laborious process, a stop motion, but they're so cool. They're so stinking cool. But I feel like anything that involves that much work is going to be a hard sell, because you're going to have to pay a lot of money to do it, and it's going to take a really long time. And that's not, if when the payoff is potentially a gamble, because you never really know whether or not a movie is going to be a big cash cow, or if it's going to be a bit of a flop. So in a risk averse creative funding environment, it may be more difficult to get something like that made on a big scale, you know what I mean? Which is really annoying. It's annoying how risk averse that industry feels right now. I'm obviously slightly talking out my butt because I'm not in said industry, but here we are. Anyways. They could produce dozens of films for the same amount they spend on one Marvel movie, and be experimental with it, and not need each one to make billions just to break even. I agree, Samantha. I agree. Like, the mid-budget film is kind of just isn't right now. And I think that's a shame. I feel like there doesn't seem to be as much of a place as there was maybe like 10 years ago, even, for like mid-budget movies, like, you know, like comedies, rom-coms, that kind of stuff, that's not a big blockbuster, but also not like a tiny independent piece. That's fine. Is there a new Wallace and Gromit in the works, Indigo? Ooh, neat. That's very cool. Easier produced in some ways, says Sen. Like looking at so many remakes of beloved 2D animated children's series. Yeah. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Very much so. Mr. Hangman says, it's way easier and cheaper to produce. It's 3D. Way less time consuming. 2D animation, even on the computer, takes 3 times the time because you have to hand draw every single frame. While with 3D, you can just make the model and move it and never have to worry. Yeah, less fun. Some kinds of 2D animation can be produced faster and be animated in similar ways 3D, but yeah, it's usually more work, says Sen. 3D to me, says Mr. Hangman, is more akin to stop motion without the rig restrictions, where you make every model once and then you just have to play with them. It's a lot. I don't know. I wish there was a way for all this stuff to be less fully driven by what is gonna make money. Because I think sometimes my experience tells me, now I'm by no means a marketing expert. I'm not a market research expert, as you can probably tell by the fact that I am a tiny little streamer with less than 1,000 followers and an average audience of, you know, in the tens of people, which is my niche, and I'm happy here. But my experience does tell me that sometimes you can look at, okay, I think this thing is going to be really, really well liked by people. Experience and knowledge of audience base and all that jazz tells me people are gonna like this thing. And then you put the thing out into the world, and the reception is chilly to lukewarm at best. And then you put something else out there and you're like, this is a, you know, this is crap. Nobody's gonna like this. It's just a stupid thing. It took 0 effort and there's no audience for it. And it takes off and people love it. Sometimes it's just really hard to know. So, you know, maybe, like, they could take a gamble on something different and people would be like, yeah, I'm into that. But who knows? Anyways. Sen says, I want to get back into animation, but it's hard too, and Brain is getting annoyed easily. Maybe Brain just needs rest for a bit then. And it'll be there when you're ready. I've been trying to make 3D puppets out of paper for like 3 days, but I can't get the shapes right, says Mr. Hangman. That's rad! That's super rad. Mr. Hangman says, this is bothering me and I just want to be able to animate. Aw, beans. I know that feel, though, when you want to do something, but it requires extra steps that you have to do first, and the like, preliminary steps are hard and annoying and not going the way that you want, but you just want to be able to do the thing. Yes, that is maximum relatable. I feel that in my bones. There we go. Okay, we are almost done with this goblin, which is good because we've gone on longer than I anticipated, and I will need to go cook dinner when we're done here. So, but we finished 2 pieces today, which is pretty impressive, actually, because, as usual, I wasn't sure if we were going to finish 1, and then we did 2, so good job me. Anyways, so there's that. Brain has ADHD, that's the biggest. It is a hurdle, it is very much a hurdle. And be kind to yourself because of it. Anyways, I'm going to call it there for today. I hope you enjoyed this little 1790s looking goblin and also Baba Yaga station, which is so stupid. But the concept would not leave me until I did it. But anyways, yes. Right. I'm gonna see if there's someone we can do a little raid on now, if everyone's cool with that. And then I'm gonna go make dinner. My neck hurts. Anyways, hope you all had a nice time today. I had a nice time hanging out with you. It's been good. And, let's see if there's someone is on who I haven't had a chance to raid in a while. So I'm gonna go, hopefully, check and see that they're not just about to finish, but hopefully not. Anyways, thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope y'all are enjoying the new emote, because we've got new emotes. And I'm very happy with the new emotes. So, let's just make sure that she's not about to finish. Somebody started 30 minutes ago, so probably not. Okay, I'm going to pop a generic raid message in the chat. And I'm going to append the brand new emotes. And I hope that you like them. I'm pretty happy with the way that they turned out, at least. So I hope you like them too. Generic raid. Raid, not Riyadh. Generic raid message. I can spell. And a couple of gnome husbands. Because why not? Hope you like the gnome husband emotes. They make me feel happy. There's the generic raid message. I shall start the raid now. I shall be back tomorrow morning because that's the kind of day that today is. I shall thank you very much for hanging out with me today. It's been quite a Thursday. You're all breathtaking. It's been nice chilling and doing stuff and all that jazz with you. I'll be back tomorrow morning playing some Hollow Knight this week. And yeah, thank you so much. You're all breathtaking. Hope to see you again soon. Have a good night, everybody. And, yeah, take care. Goodbye. And good night.